Hello and welcome to a new day, a new week, and a new video. I am Danielle Gray of the channel The Struggle of Struggling, and this is a new video about the secrets of how I came over my biggest challenge in my 20s. As you all know, I've spoken about my mental health issues before on this channel. My biggest challenge was also my biggest mental health struggle. It happened when I was 122, and I was diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and a little bit of PTSD. And I was diagnosed exactly was diagnosed with all of these mental health struggles. I had a little bit of myself in my life. I was myself. I was dealing with some big struggles in my life. Internalizing it. So then before I was diagnosed, I started to feel like I was kind of falling apart as a person. I was starting to maybe some people think it was this, but I just that I wasn't really myself. So I started with even when I started my meditation, that's when I got to really get the most but it took a very long time. I was just not, I was crying all the time. Yes, the best of self-improvement. I was struggling. I was very, very sad. I wasn't life was struggle. I was starting to find myself properly. I was struggling to place this living in a zone. So why I started to literally myself anxiety, not good enough, not worthy enough. I constantly self-sabotaging myself in other ways where I would literally self-sabotaging. There was this one guy too that I dated after high school. So myself like this you're, you're studying addiction because addiction and mental health struggles go hand in hand. Study that I was starting to find mental I started to label the things that 35 years, not 35 years, but 15 years, like pick or give, that I literally started to figure out why I was the way I was. I started to get back into spirituality. Started to think outside the box, even with like, I started to get into extraterrestrial stuff again when I was a kid, and started to follow quirky kind of out of the box people because I just but I also wanted to learn things that would heal myself. And I didn't realize what I was going through was like generational just was how to think myself as if I was a person. And I have to put those things to cover that. Why I literally my life badly because I thought that I deserved it. They actually know that I didn't deserve it because they're still fine with it living in survival mode. Not a therapist or anything, but this is what I did. When you're in survival mode, you self sabotage yourself because you were told over something like anybody in your life that could have said something to you and the word just stuck in your head. It's stinking. It became just hear these words over and you don't actually know if they're survival mode. Kind of you're kind of turned off to the things that are good for you. Addicted to your and that's why you're sick of visiting because that's what you think that you deserve. So you go into the survival mode. You do like you think people want you to do instead of actually doing the healthy thing for you because you don't want to hurt anybody else's feelings rather than actually care about yourself. You do the opposite of that and you do things that not align with the way that you think. It's more of a just a survival mechanism, like completely shut off from your healthier version of yourself. And as you start to deal with these problems, you start to open yourself up to these strange, uncomfortable feelings that are healthy, like self esteem and confidence and boundaries. And you open yourself up to these things and you start to realize that you deserve more. But it's years and years and years, and it never stops. You're never going to stop healing. So you're constantly re-healing because your body goes back into these survival mechanisms, this survival mode that your body's so used to because it's addicted to the toxicity that you kind of have to constantly be at work with yourself and constantly search for the healthier parts of you. And as you come out of it, I found anyways, as I came out of it, my body, my bones were so sore, my muscles were so tight, and I felt tired all the time. And I still do. I feel tired a lot of the time because my back has always been really, really hard. And I still have jump scares when somebody enters the room. That's PTSD. And I still have these moments where my body, like where my feet and my hands, my back go like completely rock solid to protect myself. And I realize that now because I can feel the difference of what my body's supposed to feel as a healthy person. But you also have these psychological issues where you're dealing with the fact that you let people take advantage of you in certain ways, and you kind of go into that self-blame again when you're trying to reconcile with what happened to you as you were in survival mode. So you're trying to kind of comfort yourself while also trying not to shame yourself, but you're also shaming yourself at the same time because you're conflicted about your feelings because of how you treated yourself in the past, and you are really sad about it. So you're sad, you're angry, you're shaming yourself, but you're also trying to comfort that version of you that did those things because they didn't know any better. And you kind of find this way out to a healthier version of yourself, but your body's constantly going back into that like snap survival mode because that's what it's used to. And it affects every part of your life, not only your body, but your mind, your motivation, your personality. Like it shapes who you are. And as you try to find ways of setting boundaries and creating better, healthier mechanisms for yourself, your body's always going to go, your body and mind are always going to go back to the thing that it feels most comfortable with. Now, I'm not a psychologist. I have only read these things, and I use these tools from psychologists and doctors in books and psychologists that I follow on certain, like on Instagram and Twitter and stuff. I read books about this stuff, and that's why I know all about this stuff. Because I go real deep dive into learning about everything that I can about my body and the things that will keep me healthy and going from a very toxic place in my life to learning how to cope with ways that make me feel lighter and better. And it's such a shock to your system and your nervous system and your immune system because you've been so ill for so long that you don't even realize that you're suffering, your body's suffering because you've been so used to it and you've been so used to like these things happening to your body and the way that your body copes with these things that once you figure out ways to get out of it, you feel really uncomfortable being comfortable. Like I still have trouble really relaxing. I don't like to be relaxed. My body doesn't like to be relaxed. My brain doesn't like to be relaxed. I can't sit down and just watch a movie. I have to be on my phone. I have to read a book because I feel like I'm not allowed to relax. That I have to constantly be moving. And when my body says, no, you can't move anymore, you're too tired, my brain starts going, but I'm bored and I can't handle boredom. So I can't handle boredom, so I start to do things that are very unhealthy, like scrolling through my phone or picking up a book instead of actually sitting in the moment and enjoying a movie. I can't do that. I can't even relax in a bathtub or take a nap because my body isn't used to that. My body isn't used to that. My body isn't used to giving myself permission to stay calm isn't, I'm not giving my body permission to live in the moment and enjoy it, because I'm constantly thinking about the future, or I'm constantly thinking about the past. And I'm learning still how to not do that. But I also have other issues too, like creating boundaries. I'm not really good at that. And some people really cross the line when it comes to my boundaries, and I block them because I don't like when people feel like they can take advantage of me and use me. And sometimes I have like problems setting boundaries for myself because I feel guilty about it. Even filming, recording these videos, I feel guilty about having to take time away from other responsibilities or spending time with my mom because she has cancer. These are things that I constantly feel guilty about. I know that it's not my actual fault. It's the way that my brain and body were created out of survival mode. But you start to learn these things as you pick up books, as you start like years of study, just trying to find the right kind of meditation for yourself, or the right kind of book that tells you, hey, you're in survival mode. This is what it is. And that's why you're constantly anxious. That's why you constantly feel like you're in pain. That's why you're constantly sick. That's why your immune system and your nervous system don't know how to cooperate with each other and don't know how to talk to each other, because you're in survival mode. And I didn't know these things until I started reading books about this stuff. And I started to study myself and my body and my mind, and I started to question, why has my generational family gone through have all these diseases, and why have they suffered from cancer and certain cancers, and why have they suffered from certain arthritis diseases, and why do they have migraines, and why do I have heart issues and heart inflammation and arthritis and all these other things, because and mental health problems like depression and anxiety, and suffer from extreme chronic stress. It's because I literally have been living in survival mode, and we don't know that stuff until we actually take time to read about that stuff. And it takes years, because I clearly am 35 years old now, and I'm still challenged and always going to be challenged with my 20s and getting out of that survival mode after I had my breakdown. That was the catalyst that literally the straw that broke the camel's back. That literally helped me become who I am today. It helped me learn about myself. Without me having that mental breakdown, I would have never done research about myself. I would have never done research. I would have never found ways to actually help myself and my family and other people in my community, and even on my YouTube page, because I keep reading these books and I keep finding ways of improving myself mentally, physically, spiritually, and I keep trying to elevate a healthier version of myself. Now, with that, I want you guys to actually comment below on what struggles you went through in your 20s, and let's start a conversation. Let's get into it. Let's talk about why you yourself have felt like you have struggled, and what have you struggled from. And don't worry, this is a safe channel. If you feel like this relates to somebody else you know, just share the video. And if you really like my videos, I suggest you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video coming out. But this is the importance of self-improvement and finding yourself and continuing to find yourself, is so you can actually improve who you are and maybe find a new version of yourself that may be uncomfortable to be. But isn't it more exciting to be the uncomfortable version of yourself than being stuck being the comfortable version of yourself that you feel really stuck in and don't feel comfortable being anymore, because that isn't you? And maybe you're afraid that you won't be liked, but that's okay. You're not here to please everybody. You're here to be yourself and please yourself and be who you are because you deserve it. You deserve to be who you are. You deserve to be the person that you want to be. You deserve to live in a healthy body. You deserve to live in a healthy mind. Don't judge yourself for things that you've done in the past. Just keep going. Just keep improving. And yeah, sometimes we're going to go back into survival mode, but you know what? As long as you keep pushing forward and you got me cheering you on in this community, we will be better together. We will thrive together. We will get through those struggles, the struggles of life, and we will struggle to get to the thriving versions of ourselves. So with that, until the next video, I thank you all so very much. See you next week for an all new video of the struggles of struggling. I am Danielle Gray. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this video, and comment below. Thank you.